Hello and welcome to what might be the first in a series of videos called Sustainable Stuff That Doesn't Suck. So this series, or this video today at least, is just about like wanting to do the right thing, wanting to be more sustainable, but not necessarily wanting to make my life harder. So this is, a conflict I've lived with. I'm sure like pretty much everybody who's wanting to like be better has lived with this conflict at some point. Like, it's hard to adjust. Some things come more easily than others. But I feel like, with some things I'm just trying to find like the middle ground, and it's not about like doing the best possible thing, but it's just about doing better, right? And the first thing that I would like to talk about today is Vinted. Basically, it's a secondhand app, most popular, I guess, in Europe. But actually the same principles, they apply to anything of like buying used, be that, using eBay, for example, or maybe checking out like thrift shops, something like that. Not necessarily these like super hip vintage stores. I think they just kind of rip you off a little bit. Some of the sustainability aspects will apply, but I think it's not really a good deal oftentimes. Why does this fit the Sustainable Stuff That Doesn't Suck framework? Nothing new gets made. For one, like if you buy used, which I think is a very good start. Obviously, producing anything like costs resources, and I honestly also think that we probably have more than enough stuff already, and it just needs to be distributed a little differently. This also applies to money, but I'm not going to get into that topic right now. And I think like just some of the added bonuses is that like you also buying used, you can have like access to brands that you otherwise wouldn't have access to, right? Like maybe they just have like a great warranty, like Patagonia or something like that. And I think like in general, like this buy cheap, buy twice principle applies there as well. So maybe just like getting a pair of more durable boots than what you could afford if you just go out shopping retail, that already will save you money. And I like a good deal. So just like on a personal level, that's a really, really good reason for me to like browse all of these platforms. And I think also it's on these used platforms. It's not just used clothing, right? Like you can also find new clothing that was a gift, maybe just somebody that they bought and then decided they don't need anymore. This happens to me very often too, that like I bought things and I just actually never got around to wearing them. And then like I'd rather just like try to sell them, make a few extra euros, and then, have somebody else like benefit from it. And there are categories where I also just don't like buying used things, like with shoes, for example, or underwear, obviously. Although I guess even you might even have a markup in some areas for it. And so like one find that I really enjoy is I found a really nice winter coat. I hate being cold. I hate being cold so very, very, very much. So I really need like a decent winter jacket. And I found a really nice Patagonia parka that I guess retails for around like 700 euros, $700 or something like that. And I paid around 100. It was used, but I don't really care. It still works just as fine, and there's obviously no way I would have found anything comparable in quality, durability around that price mark. So that absolutely was a great find, and I expect it to last a long time. Yeah, and some other things like, I really got into buying Patagonia stuff, or Patagucci. I don't want to admit, but I had like a little bit of a shopping queen phase there, I guess, which I've toned down because I guess like actually just like consuming less anyways is a very good sustainable way. But I do like their approach, and I like their quality of work. I've bought like a leather jacket that I really enjoyed, and I don't really see the point in paying a lot of money for a new one. I've bought boots. I got like a nice pair of made in England Doc Martens boots for, I think also it was about 100 euros, and they retail for like 270, and they were new. And I think it was like an employee who had like an employee discount just wanted to make a few extra bucks reselling something that she bought. And I don't use it with tech too much, but I think like this guitar amp here as well, like I got through Vinted. So the same applies to like so many other things. And really with camera equipment too, over the years, like I've just bought so many things used. I've never had any problems. I think there are just like some things maybe that you need to pay attention to, but like if you know what you're doing and you can ideally actually even like see things in person, then there isn't really too much to worry about when it comes to that. On that, when looking at these used platforms, like definitely check out the ratings, look at pictures. If there's anything that seems a little odd or sketchy to you, then double check, ask questions. If it seems too good to be true, then it probably is. Also be very careful about that. You can find a good deal. Sometimes somebody doesn't know what they're selling, for example, but like if it's really way too good, then just move on. Message the sellers, see if they just, see if they respond. Just see how they are, like as a person. Scammers have gotten pretty good, so you have to be careful about that as well. Like even images requesting proof, like if you ask them to send like a little note and a picture of the product, like even these things can be AI generated. So just be careful. But I think actually for this, like some of the platforms are pretty good. Like usually they protect the buyers pretty well. So it's harder to scam. So then, for example, if you're using Vinted, then use Vinted to pay things. Like everything that's like outside payments, it's just sketchy. I just skip it. And you'll see that pretty often with like electronics or I've also seen like cameras that are like way too cheap, and then it always says like, payment via PayPal or bank transfer, and then like your money's just gone. So I wouldn't risk it. And then like when you're looking for clothes, like ask for measurements if you're unsure if something fits you, and save your searches. Actually, like on all these platforms, usually you can just set your parameters to what you're looking for, and then just save them and make it much, much easier for you to find the things again that you're actually looking for, especially if you're like out searching for a specific item. And that leads me to one of the problems. Spending too much time searching for items, especially Vinted, actually makes it very, very, very easy for you to just spend way too much time on the platform. It's not quite like an infinite scroll like Instagram or something, but you can scroll for a very, very, very long time usually if you're searching for something. And it's kind of addicting to just refresh the feed, and then there's always something new being suggested to you or new items being uploaded. So you have to be kind of conscious of your screen time when you're using it. And the other thing is as well, like if of course you're having items shipped from a sustainability standpoint, it's probably not ideal. I don't know basically what has to happen that it's like a net positive from a sustainability standpoint. But of course, like having items shipped across Europe is going to have a carbon footprint and like use up resources in some way. So as I said, this is potentially, maybe, possibly the first in a series of videos about sustainable stuff that doesn't suck. And I think it fits the theme of what I intend like with this channel is of like how to live a little bit differently from inside the system. So like not completely opting out and living an alternative lifestyle, but maybe just trying to find your way and like finding smart solutions of how you can still be a part of mainstream society, but make things a little bit better for yourself and for others as well. Just try to do it better where you can, and there is no pressure to try and be perfect. Been there, done that, and it does not make you happy. So just try to be a little bit better. And again, like not trying to do the perfect thing, just trying to do the better thing or the thing that you can. And as always, like and subscribe to the video if this spoke to you in any way. And if you have any other ideas for like, living a little bit more sustainably without like uprooting your conveniences of modern life, just let me know in the comments. I'm really excited to hear some ways that I can do better as well. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.